Right, let's get comfortable. Hello Sheeple. I've got to make a structured rant video today on my favourite subject, the Smoid Smax-Abomination program. And maybe a little Clive's mate, Mange, on the side. Let's get straight to it. China, according to the West, are playing down bogey monster cases. This is just a game. They're all on the same team, certainly at the higher levels. China had the most draconian, undignified, ludicrous, murderous restrictions in the world. And the West is telling us they didn't actually do anything. They didn't do anything. The methods that China used, we use those methods, but maybe to a lesser extent. And they weren't successful in doing anything against the bogey monster after all the hell the people went through, after all the hell we've gone through, variant, different strain. This is pathetic. They got us to trust the science, and I'll get into that. So they weren't successful in doing anything against the imaginary bogey monster, but they were successful at brutalizing the population. They were successful at awarding themselves, our governments, they were successful in awarding themselves supreme power under pretend medical emergency acts. They were successful at trashing our economies, which they wanted to do. It's intentional. There's numerous videos explaining exactly why they've done this. They were successful in force Smax-Abominations of billions of us sheeple. They were certainly very successful in that. They were successful in Smax-Abominating even other species. I mean, they were Smax-Abominating the animals. They were successful in creating so much Smax-Abomination damage that they now actually have a real bogey monster to claim medical emergency powers for. So many people's systems, you don't hear much about it on the mainstream media wars, so many people's systems have collapsed after the, second, third or fourth or however many it's gone up to Smooster. Their immune systems have collapsed, blame it onto the bogey monster, and now they've got like a real pandemic. Most of all, the governments have successfully proven that with enough propaganda and coercion, us sheeple, as I've said before, will strip, take an anal swab, smother ourselves in peanut butter and run around naked singing "Oh Do Lalai," and hate on the few sheeple that won't. A favourite quote I've heard from the media wars, I've heard many sheeple repeating, is, I listen to the science. They know more than us. Scientists have studied knowledge handed down through the generations. And whilst there's some truth in this, have you ever heard of sell-out, paid-off filth balls? All the science has done is have us run around like headless chickens and enable us to give all our power to the governments who own the science. Science is supposed to be questioning, challenging, demanding full explanations and demonstrations from anyone saying anything. Yet we're censored, we're punished if we challenge this nonsense. And we're not even allowed to protest. Science has enabled us to fake a moon landing. We did not fly off to the moon in a glorified tin can in 1969. It's ridiculous. There's a lot of videos on that. Science has enabled us to be the GMO-fed, chlorinated, cell phone smart meter radiated, fracked, tracked and traced, mentally and physically sick, delusional, warmongering assholes we are today. Another favourite quote from the media wars I've heard many sheeple repeating is, we're all in this together. We are very much not all in this together, because the media wars saying this, asking us to do to do this. They're the ones that help divide us. They have divided and conquered us. They did this via our schools, 24/7 lies on all the mainstream media channels, politicians and celebrities that have sold their souls to the devil. Whilst there are still many decent sheeple around, there are way too many Karens and supposedly woke men who are actually more asleep than sleeping booty and the 7 wet dreamers. If we can no longer live as a species, or sheepsies I should say, without being regularly Smax-Abominated by Big Pharma and 100% owned and controlled by our governors, and when I say 100% owned, I mean our bodies, our minds, and our souls. If this is going to be the case, it's time for us sheeple to leave this plane of existence, because it's over for us down here. So we could try and fight, because there really is nothing left to lose if this agenda keeps rolling out. Now in 2023, don't ever wear masks or stand on the crosses or stop sanitising. I mean, I've licked every toilet door handle in Australia and I'm perfectly fine. And whilst I haven't really done that, I mean, you know what I mean, I haven't taken any precautions and I'm fine. I'm fine because I am not Smax-Abominated. Stop being locked down. Don't you friggin' dare sign into anywhere with your smarter than you phone. Don't refrain from social gatherings. And if you want to take a rat's ass test or get a booster at this stage when it's so blatantly obvious what they're doing to us, then you're either sleeping booty or the 8th wet dreamer. Let's cut a very long story short. For 2023, don't ever listen to your governments again. And by the way, Clive's mate's Mange, another agenda that requires absolute power to be given to our governors. Remember, if you want to save Mother Earth, you need to get rid of daddy government. It was a horrible forced arranged marriage and we need it annulled right now. The moonlight fades with the morning glow. Goodbye sheeple and happy 2023. Whoops, let's turn this damn thing off. We're about destroying the place.